Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No bumping from the door, no small. And I don't think you and I'm troubled. Last week, messed around and got a triple-double. Freaking brothers every way, like in game. I can't believe today was a good day. Testing. Sounds on good. Drove to the pad and hit the showers. Didn't even get no static from the cowards. Just yesterday, them fools tried to blast me. Saw the police and they rolled right past me. No flexing, didn't even look in a brother's direction as I ran the intersection. With the show dog's house, they was watching you on TV raps. What's the hats on the craps? Shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em. Roll 'em in a circle of homies and watch me break 'em with the 70. All right, I'm testing a new sound system. Can somebody please let me know if the sound is good? Testing. Actually, I can listen to it myself, I realized. Please let me know. Oh, it's pretty good. Come on, boy, come on. The sound is good. Testing. Actually, I guess the sound is good. All right, we'll start in a couple minutes, guys. Let's get this demonetization out of the way. That's what your super chats pay for. That's what Voromotors pays for. We're sponsored every Wednesday and Sunday. We've only missed one, but we made up for it the next day. Come on, monkey. Nice jump. Different setup today. Not the permanent setup. Let me sort of apologize to Melvin, the owner of Voromotors. One thing he said about the podcast that he wanted was a cool set. So I don't think this is a cool set. This is a messy set. I just put it together at the last second. I decided I want to show off the Cruiser, the V2 with dual motors. I actually spent the entire week on this, but let's give it a couple minutes, and then we'll get started here. Oh, monkey, where you going? I love this little guy. What's up? His name is Bishop. He's named after, I got Ripley from Aliens and Bishop from Aliens. My other dog is named Max, because I adopted him when he was a grown-up, so I didn't get to choose his name. But the way I'm set up today is I'll be able to move the camera around and give you a close-up of the scooter. For you guys who are real fans, I'll give you a close-up of the dogs. What's up, what traffic? How you doing, my longtime friend? Dasjiro, the Carolinian hamster YouTuber. I got used to that name. How are you? OC Eats, my friend Anthony. What's going on? And the guy. Smoke Machine makes it a set for all. There you go, baby. You guys do this? I don't smoke stale smoke. That's how you know a guy's a snob. Let me know if the sound goes out at any point, guys. Hey, what's up, ESD electric scooter delivery guy, my friend? Make sure you guys subscribe to him. Have you been making videos? I should go check out your channel. I haven't seen you in my recommended for a while. Let's see here. It was the last time you made a delivery video. Well, you're making, I like it, man. You're pretty current. Good job. Looks like you're doing pretty good. You broke 1,000 subs. Good for you. Congratulations on that. That's always a milestone, man. You made 518 videos. That is a lot of videos. And if I'm not mistaken, all these videos are delivery videos, right? ESD. Very fucking cool. Good commitment to your channel. Alrighty. Let's get the show on the road. What's up, Big Boys PEV? What is happening, fellow pioneers of human transportation? I'm Yogi Steve, and you're watching ESA, the Electric Scooter Academy live stream. This is the Voromotors Podcast number 18, if I got my number right. So that means this is like my 9th week of doing this. Sponsored means I do get a payment from Voromotors for this, only for the Wednesday and Sunday vlogs, but I do consider my entire channel sponsored by Voro, because they've, I've done very well with them as an affiliate, and they've given me every single vehicle you guys see me driving. I got that from Voromotors. So that's a pretty good deal. All right. I can't complain. So everything that I do is sponsored by Voro. But Wednesday and Sunday, I do get like an official payment for these. And Melvin, the owner, is cool where before we set up the podcast, I told this in episode 1, but before I set up the podcast, I told him, look, I'm not going to smoke on the stream because, like, I don't know if the entire population is really, that down for smoking flower. He said, Steve, I want you to be yourself. So he also said, make a nice set for me. This is not a nice set. I apologize for this. I think that I can make this cool. I only just figured out, this is my Rode Wireless. I only just figured out, what's up, Retro Shaver dude? How you doing? I only just figured out that I can attach my Rode Wireless to my PC. So I could sit a distance away from the PC, which honestly I prefer. Having that monitor like right in front of my face is annoying as fuck. I'd rather just talk to the camera from a distance and look at it like it's a person standing there. This is pretty cool. You guys are telling me the sound is pretty good. I've already done a couple of yoga live streams. I'm trying to get back into the yoga teaching business, but I'm doing it like in the laziest way possible, where I only want to teach out of my apartment. I just want to stream classes. So I will actually have a Facebook page coming soon called Online Yoga with Yogi Steve, which will let you know when I'm having YouTube classes. I'm also going to stream on Facebook. But right now I'm kind of making my, like, what do you want to call it? Bruce Lee wrote a book when he was injured in bed for like a year, like his manifesto, not a manifesto, but I'm going to make a whole series of yoga videos that are kind of explaining what I think yoga is, different ways, the ways that I practice it, different ways that I practice it, and break it down into little compartments. But I will have like full length classes on there. That's all going to be offered by donation. And I'm really excited to get that going. So look for that on Facebook. You'll see the link in description in the future. I will talk about the Cruiser too. Let me just catch you guys up. So what else is going on? Everything's going good around here. The last couple of live streams, I did it from the road, a lot, mainly just for time constraints, because I was out there working when I was supposed to shoot. And those videos do better. You see this setup with all the titles and everything and how we're streaming horizontally. For some reason, these videos get like half of the views of vertical streaming videos. I guess YouTube, I'm always saying this, YouTube is more promoting their vertical videos than their horizontal, which is fine by me. I like streaming like this because I like to have the ability to talk to you guys back and forth. When I do the DoorDash streams, more than half the time I'm on the road or picking up an order. I can't talk to you guys. What I like about the podcast, this is the rare day I allow myself coffee after 4 o'clock. I had to search for a good price on Cafe Bustelo. I only drink this instant. I couldn't believe how much the price went up on Amazon. Went from like $6 to $9 a bottle. I finally found out that it's almost like a paradigm shift for me, where I did some shopping at Walmart online. They have like a similar to a Prime membership for like $12 a month or something. I get the first month free. But at Walmart actually had a better price for Cafe Bustelo. And I usually buy Cafe Bustelo like 10 jars at a time because I go through it relatively quick, and it's the only coffee I drink, and I share it with a couple of my students that come in to train. Point being is shit's expensive. Amazon, you actually lost my business by not having the best price for something. And I'm beginning to think that Amazon doesn't have the best price for everything. Probably like every company nowadays has their own like site that you can join. What's up, Mysterio71? How you doing, James? Good to see you, buddy. Did I say hello to everybody? All right, we said hello to everybody. We're getting in here. Get you on my phone too. I'll give you guys a formal intro. All right. Electric Rider says, nice air compressor. I just got one for building birdhouses and squirrel feeders. Yeah, right over here. You can see this thing. That's what I was worried about. Like, I felt like, I mean, it's pretty good detail that you can see this all the way from there. I never even learned how to use that compressor. It's fucking ridiculous. What is happening, fellow pioneers of human transportation? I'm Yogi Steve. You're watching ESA, the Electric Scooter Academy live stream. Did I already do this? I did it once, right? That's why we got lifted. Number 18. If it's your first time checking out my channel, thank you very much. I basically live here in amazing Hollywood, California. I love California. If you watch TikTok or watch the news or social media, California gets a lot of shit. But I'm originally from back east. I love it out here. Absolutely love it. I have no problems with it, except for that it's too expensive. Super expensive here. But I've been in my apartment for like I've been in the building for like 15 years. So I have, we have rent control here. It only goes up 3% a month. So I have a very good deal. I'm originally from back east, right? I was born in Brooklyn. And if we're just having a terse conversation, a short conversation, I'll tell you just that I'm from Brooklyn. But I really, at the age of 6 months, my family moved out of Brooklyn into New Jersey. Back then, in the 70s especially, I'm not sure how it is today, getting out of New York was kind of like the goal. My family wasn't really like a wealthy-ish family until I got older. We moved into our first house in New Jersey. Why am I telling you this? It's interesting a little bit. My first house in New Jersey, 1970, kind of a big ranch-style house, cost $30,000. Can you imagine that? $30,000 for a house. It was a ranch. It was a single floor, but we did build an extension, which basically what happens. My parents, they moved there with me, or they had me when they moved there. And then my brother, the next babies came, and they were twins. So we needed more than one bedroom. So we built an additional extension onto the house. Point being is I'm from the suburbs of New Jersey. You'll often hear me claim that I'm from Brooklyn or New York, but I was very, very young when I have no memories of living in Brooklyn. I was a baby when my family moved me to the suburbs of New Jersey. And I like New Jersey. Nah, fuck that. I don't really like New Jersey. I moved to California because I didn't like New Jersey, primarily because of the weather. Like a lot of people, maybe I just wanted to get the fuck away from my family too. And so I'm just telling you my background, right? I've done a lot of different things for a living. Most interesting things I've done for a living is selling weed and being a poker player. Both like, one criminal, one was thought of as criminal, kind of not really criminal. But, I got kicked out of the weed business by legalization, basically. I mean, this was a long time ago, too. I have not been in the weed business for like 20 years. That's why it's easy to talk about. If you go to my other channel, please go to my other channel. I stopped making videos in the last month or so just because for time. I'm just too busy. Honestly, I'm not selling a ton of scooters through my affiliate links right now. It's not a good time of year for sales. So that means I have to do more DoorDash. So the more DoorDash I do, the harder it is for me to make a, what's up, James Barreca? How you doing? What's up, Floyd Laza? How you doing? The mamas and the papas love California too. That's the background of that Ice Cube song that they lifted it from. What's up, Def Bonds 420? How you doing from Ohio? But I'm just babbling away. I got fucking lifted. I'm drinking coffee. Just telling you my story. I've always had what I would consider to be like hobby jobs for a living. I've always done like fun stuff for a living. I mean, obviously, I'm a yoga teacher. I was a yoga teacher, like full-time and personal trainer up until COVID. COVID kind of destroyed my private training business. Pretty difficult to rebuild back. I am realizing though, if I want to if I want to have a job that I can do in the long term, I need to get off the scooters. And probably what I'm good at is teaching. Like I like being a personal trainer. I'm a good personal trainer. Maybe towards the end of COVID, I was a little burnt out. So it was like after doing it for 20 years. So maybe it felt like at the time, 2019, 2020, yeah, I'll slowly, it's like I'm not going to like pursue more personal training clients. So I still have a few meaning like 3 actual personal training clients that come to my gym and train with me here. You can see my gym in my yoga videos, by the way. I train people at all different forms of strength training. We don't do any cardiovascular training here. I could with you if we wanted to, but most of the people training with me are training to have a good physique and just to be generally strong. But anyhow, so for 20 years, yoga teacher, personal trainer. I run this class for many, many years called Runyon Canyon Yoga, right around the corner from here. And that also, my end of that I finished doing that at the beginning of COVID. But my friend and one of my first students out here, Daniel, still teaches Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's basically a free class. It's offered by donation. We'd call it free. And if you wanted to, you could learn like basic fundamental yoga 3 days a week for free with Daniel, right around the corner at the park. Yes, the same park that a couple weeks ago almost freaking burnt down. So I made a video about that too. I like being a YouTuber because I feel like when I get older, or it feels like at 54, I'm pretty fucking old. Like when I'm 74, it's going to be cool to look back at these videos, especially videos of like me driving the scooters fast, or the video that I made of the fire. I was live streaming with you guys when I looked out the window over here and the mountain is glowing and the whole park is on fire. And I evacuated before the first evacuation notice. I thought that was pretty funny. What's up, Grim Wolf? How you doing? Hey, what's up? What's up, Mr. Hoodlum 420, my friend Jim, my real life friend. I did a delivery to this guy the other day. You'll see that in an episode eventually. I'm way, way, way behind on long form content. Like what I posted, I guess I'm not that far behind, but I have a lot of stuff stocked up. I want to post my cruiser videos. What's up, Jersey Style? Be careful with that. That looks like spam. I have to push that through. What's up, Jersey Style? How you doing? But so Lost my fucking train of thought. You know what we should probably do? We should probably listen to this. Listen to some music here for 1 second and smoke something. This is a good one. All right, light him if you got him, team. This is something new. I just picked up some new flower from the shop. I don't even know what it is. You know, the problem with watching music videos when you listen to a song, it's like you got to get through the fucking intro. Def Bonds 420 saying he rides a Yumi Hawk Pro out there. That's a pretty big scooter, right? Yeah, Yumi has sold a lot of scooters in the last couple of years. Yeah, Jim, that was crazy delivering to you. I didn't even think about it. I saw like a name on there. It had like H, like Hoodlums, your last name. It was like almost like your YouTube name. But like I said, we're gonna get together and shoot. I really need somebody to shoot me from point of view or not anything outside of point of view, and I'll do the same for you. But right now, I might actually work tomorrow. I'm not sure, and I'm probably taking tomorrow off. You know, I've been working so much recently, which is just 5 days a week, 5 to 7 hours. But physically, it's a lot for me. So I'm trying to take 5 days off right now. They were saying it was going to rain like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I was excited to take off, you know, like 3 to 5 days in a row. But this always happens to me. Like I feel like I'm tired on Friday. Like, I don't want to drive anymore. I don't want to make video anymore. And then by the end of the day on Saturday, I feel like, oh, that's one day off. I feel pretty well rested. And now here I am at the end of the day on Sunday, and I feel like I could work tomorrow. But I got a lot of shit to do. I need to edit a bunch of shorts. I spent the whole day shooting vertical content so I can make shorts for YouTube and TikTok, and I never made them. They're just sitting in my goddamn iPad. So I really need to get on that. What's up, Vegan Cookies? Good reviews. How you doing? You thought I had a seat on this Emove? No, I'm just. It's funny. It looks like I'm sitting on it now, right? Nah, ultimately this scooter does have a seat, and we are going to talk about this scooter a lot, like the title says. This scooter, you can get a seat, but I don't like the seats on these types of scooters. I really think like the invention of the Roadrunner line was genius. So we have scooters that are like pretty much ergonomically correct. That's what I always call it. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know, you sit in a Roadrunner, like a Pro, a V2, a V3, ES. The seated position feels much more like a bike. When you put a seat on a stand-up scooter, hey, thank you for the 99-cent super chat, Vegan Cookies, good reviews. I appreciate you, buddy. Hey, let me set a goal. Let's be modest. Let's set a goal for super chats. How do I do this? Why isn't it? Oh, there you go. Let's go for $25 today. 5 at 5. I like how they always ask me, what will I do if you get your super chat? How will you celebrate? Paying bills. Who's got any money to do anything else, right? I mean, obviously plenty of people do, but not me. Alrighty. But thank you for reminding me about that. Vegan Cookies, good reviews. You're getting me rich $1 at a time. You're giving me a lot of donations. I appreciate it. And I'm going to answer all your questions, guys. I'm going to go through here. Again, lost my thought again. Back to, I know I was saying hello to everybody. Canadian Explorer says, yeah, the fires were sick, bro. That got me back into watching your vids a few years ago. Since it's been a few years since I watched. Yeah, I appreciate it. Any way to get you to watch the videos other than burning my apartment down is appreciated. And those videos got a decent amount of views. I mean, this business is so hard. Like, I don't know if I'm the only vlogger that feels this way. It's like I have to use like super clickbaity titles to get more than like X amount of views. X meaning like 1,500 or 2,000. And even I got bored of making I quit thumbnail videos. Although I feel like it's been about time. It's about time I need to do another one. Are you getting lit over there, Mr. Hoodlum 420? Hence your name. Canadian Explorer says, puff on the Pivco pivot right now. The pivot's the little pen, right? Let me look that up. I want to get one. I have like a bunch of rosin, not a bunch, like a gram. I have like a gram of rosin that I'm really dying to fucking hit. I've just been saving it. I have nothing to smoke it out of. Like all my bowls from my dab rig are broken. What's that called? The Puffco pivot, right? Oh, it's very popular, right? Yeah, it's the pen. You like this, huh? You like this Canadian Explorer. I respect you as a Canadian when it comes to cannabis. $130. I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, this is probably a sick fucking pen, right? Yes, I'm 21 years old. Puffco pivot. Yeah, this thing. I mean, it's hard to tell, but it's just like basically a dab rig, basically, right? Yeah, this looks pretty fucking cool, Canadian. $130. I mean, I guess if you looked at that, like thinking it's similar to a cartridge pen, it's expensive, but I don't think that's expensive for what it is. It's got a very, very good reputation, right? It's like you're doing a dab out of your hand. Like, I never got into the pens or anything. I'd rather like just use my dab rig and dab out of there. Electric rider, yo, I'm excited for you, man. You're getting your dual motor battery electric bike next week. Have the money, just have to wait for some help getting it in the house. Yeah, you've been talking about getting this bike for a long time, electric rider. I'm excited for you. Maybe one day we can see it. Maybe do you have an Instagram or social media or something? I'd love to see it. It'd be cool to see you too. You've been a good supporter of the channel, good mod. Hey, what's up, Slack? SLEK, good to see you. Floyd Laza says, what the new orange scoot in front of you, please? This is the Emove Cruiser V2. This is the dual motor. And I'm going to talk about this. That's what the episode is going to be about. But I like to just bullshit as much as I can. Well, sometimes I do it the other way. Sometimes I get into the meat. Sometimes I bullshit. I want to bullshit with you guys for a while. And maybe the scooter review, the scooter talk review, whatever, will be at the end. And I'm set up now so I can actually move the camera in closer so I can show you the scooter better. My other setup, when I sit at this desk, I can't really move around as much. And I just got this, again, I'm having my Rode Wireless hooked up. This freaking amazing. Hopefully the battery will work for at least an hour. Thank you for the $1.99. What traffic? Let me give you a quick hit. First, I'll clear it. This is one's for you, What Traffic. We will have a group ride one of these days. Alrighty, so Electric Rider says Vor makes a nice seat for the Cruiser. It's the same seat used on the Wolf Warrior scooters. Yeah, I see how. Oh, the smoke looks cool. Does it look cool from your end? I can see it right here. What am I talking about? You can't really see as much as I can. Yeah, you know, what does the seat look like now for the Emove Cruiser? Like, how is it different than the old seat? I haven't looked at it for a while. I just feel like you're going to be too upright when you ride these types of scooters with an added seat. I mean, I don't see, like, the thing is, it's not just that I don't like it. I'm not gonna be able to find this. So it's just not that but it's just that I don't see that many people with seats out there. You know, like, honestly, if I see a person with a seat out there, no offense if you ride with the seat, it's gonna sound terrible, but they're kind of obviously handicapped. You know, I've actually had people who have like some sort of a disability. They see me riding the scooter and they look at me and ask about the scooter, and I know they're looking at it as like an alternative form of transportation, but you need to be somewhat athletic to stand up on these scooters and ride them, especially at speed. But my dogs are getting the smoke right now. This is so funny. I don't want to move the camera. Look, guys, I would show you guys this. Make a video. I'll post this shit later. This is how you know my dogs are fucking stoner dogs. My dogs are just in a cloud of smoke right now, and they're just dead asleep. They don't fucking care. That's so funny. But yeah, so I'm sure there's a better seat than the seat that I used when I had seats. I had the seat that was just a pole, boom, upright. It's just to me, never really liked the seats. I also felt like they break very easily just because of like basic leverage. You're on this kind of long pole, all this pressure at the base. I know the better seats have like a thicker base, but I don't know. I feel like you want to sit down, get a bike, or get a Roadrunner product, you know, or something similar. And they make Fidos. God forbid I talk about those. But I think the Roadrunner line is bigger than Fidos now at this point, at least in the U.S. Def Bonds 420. How is the suspension on the Cruiser? It's good. It's pretty good. And I will bring you in close and I'll show it to you. Like, to me, like, again, this is like a most bang for your buck scooter. So it has suspension where there is some cushion in the deck. And when I leave my apartment and I make a right for the day, there are crazy, crazy, crazy potholes there. So I know from ooh, how did that just become $4.99? Oh, vegan cookies, good review, going all the way. You just gave me $1, $4.99. Very nice. Tell us about your Tiger. Oh my God, I have a story on that Tiger. I will go back to what I was talking about. I'll go back to talking about the Cruiser, but for $5, I got to tell the story. You're not going to believe this fucking story. The Tiger actually has a story, so good call, my friend. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here from the seat. The Tiger. Background. My neighbor's downstairs, an old lady, Peggy, and her boyfriend, Bill. Although he's not her boyfriend, they're like in their 70s. At 54, I feel like what is old, but they're like, to me, they're old people. White hair. Not that I don't have white hair. Whatever, they're old, but they're hoarders. They're fucking hoarders, okay? Their apartment, like the hall, there's like, you ever see those hoarder shows where there's almost like hallways in an apartment because of so much junk? Their place is pretty much like that. So this is for the backstory. This is the backstory. So Peggy and Bill, nice enough people. I don't think Peggy works. She's retired, but not rich retired. I mean, who knows? You never know with people. I think that, you know what? They might be misers. You don't hear the phrase miser anymore, right? I think they might be misers. They might have money. They don't spend it and they're cheap. Anyhow, so my gym faces my courtyard. This is a long story on the Tiger. My gym faces a courtyard. It's a courtyard building. I have a giant bay window in there. Is it a bay window? It's a window. And one day I was training my student, Evan, and there was police hanging out in the apartment across from me, one level up, but across from me. And there were like police in and out of the apartment. We didn't really know what happened. We found out later that the guy who lived there died. He was not that old of a guy, but I know he was like a big drinker. I always saw him coming home with like his cases of beer like every single night, not in good shape. Probably some sort of alcoholic. He had a heart attack, I guess. Anyhow, but a week later, his family came in to like clean out his stuff. And I guess this guy had a lot of stuff. Actually, this chair that I'm sitting in is also from the Tiger. Now that I think about it, the chair that I'm sitting in, I don't want to cross my legs like too much. They'll get stiff like this. I mean, what kind of a yoga guy am I? Sorry, monkey. Nice jump. But I got to stand it up. So yeah, this chair is also from the dead guy's apartment. I mean, there's a whole story about the guy dying too, because when this was happening, I was training my student Evan, and we were looking across the way, and we couldn't figure out what had happened, because at one point cops were walking out of the apartment laughing. So we're like, well, it couldn't have been that bad. Anyhow, guy dies. Family comes. Come on, jump. Family comes, cleans out his stuff, and after about a week, they put a sign in the hall, in the elevator. Nice to meet everybody. Thank you for all your condolences for my brother. Whatever. I don't remember what it said exactly. But a sign was basically saying everything else in the apartment is fair game. And all this stuff was already stacked up in front of the apartment. Okay, again, this is like backstory to story. So there's all this stuff, like a lot of framed pictures, stuff that like a person would accumulate over a lifetime that is not valuable enough for the family to even want. Like this chair, like it's a cool chair, but if you don't like live next. Oh shit. Oh, we're back. Okay. I don't know. I guess that was a signal problem. Oh, I guess that was a signal problem. Flipping the fuck out. All right. I don't know what that was all about. That never happens. I have a really good internet here, so ruin the story. But anyhow, family says, you can just take whatever you want out of the apartment. So I was actually training somebody at the time, training Evan. Of course, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's like prime time, 9 a.m. And I see Peggy going to the apartment and not even looking at what she's taking, just grabbing stuff from the front of the apartment, like grabbing these pictures, which there's no way she has any value to her. It's not like she's going to sell them. So Peggy's just grabbing everything, like indiscriminately. Whatever is out in front of the apartment, she's just taking it all. And then at one point, I realized that sitting out there is this giant stuffed tiger. Okay, now, normally I wouldn't want to grab like anything like that from somebody's apartment, but this was like an old guy, kind of clean. It didn't have any animals, no dogs, no cats. Because if this guy would have had a dog or a cat, I definitely would not have taken like a stuffed animal into my home just for worry of fleas and mites and shit like that. and bed bugs. Who knows? I felt like this guy was like he was an English guy, like a clean English drunk. God, I shouldn't talk about the dead. But anyhow, the fucking stuffed animal is out there, okay? Like I think that somebody put it out there while we're training. I see that thing and I think to myself, I kind of want that fucking tiger. I want that tiger. And but I want that tiger. But the whole time Peggy's going back and forth and grabbing everything. So as Peggy goes back with her pictures, I run up there. I go, Evan, hold on. I'm training somebody. Evan watches me do this through the window. I run up there. I grab the tiger. You know, it's one floor up. Peggy lives one floor below with me. And she actually one floor below me is 3, 4. And this guy's stuff was on 5. I'm on 4. She's on 3. So I grab the tiger. I'm like, this is cool. It's like new condition. I grab it. I start walking back to my place. And Peggy out on 3 goes, hey, I'm taking that tiger. That's mine. And I was so mad. I grabbed the tiger. I said, this is my tiger. My dogs are going to fucking love it. I'm taking this tiger. It's mine. I was really just venting the fact that I live above these hoarders. There is a disgusting issue with the hoarders is that like once a year, their place gets like blasted for bed bugs, I guess. Because I figure they take shit off the street. You know, these hoarders take like shit off the street. They bring it into their apartment. So like once a year at least, their place gets blasted for bed bugs. And if you know how, like, one way to handle bed bugs, the way I've seen them, they do it here is they like, the tenant has to spend the night out and they kind of superheat the apartment. They make it like really hot with a big like fan system. But but I always figured like they live right down below. Like, where are the bed bugs going to go? Are they going to come up here? It's fucking disgusting. There's something wrong with you if you can't keep your place clean enough to not have bed bugs. You know, like I have dogs, so my place is a mess. I should talk about a messy place, but I don't cultivate bed bugs. It's fucking disgusting. My dogs are dead asleep right now. I wonder why they're so tired. But so anyhow, that's the story of how I got the tiger. That's $5. That's your $5 story. Thank you very much. Go back to the questions here. Okay. Suspension of the Bolgar and the Mermaid's Adventure. Hello from chilly Norway. It's 2 degrees Fahrenheit there. Holy shit. That sounds freezing, Norway. Thank you very much. Yeah, Vegan Cookie says, I learned from making shorts. It's all about the thumbnail, pick, and title. I know, man. I got to get on my fucking shorts. Ooh, Def Bont's hitting the Puffco peak with some nice rosin. Very good, very good. Canadian Explorer telling me he loves the pivot. Yeah, it's like a portable dab rig. Great flavor. Hits nice. What Traffic's asking me, can I please extend the scooter stem all the way up and measure it, please? Yeah, I'll do that for you right now. I guess you've donated a lot to the channel. I think I have a tape measure right here. It just depends if I can find my tape measure easy. If I have to fight to find it, I'll do it for you later. But listen, this stem is crazy, crazy. It's too high. It's too far. Here, there's my measure. Honestly, I feel like it's too high because the higher it goes, like you put a lot of pressure on these things. So like this is just ridiculous. Like, look at this. I'm going to measure it for you, but look at this. How do I do this? Just like this. Like, look how fucking high this is. Like, this is, I mean, maybe from that picture, it doesn't look that high, but standing on the ground, this thing is at my head level. So it's going to be a little tricky to measure it by myself, Wet Traffic. But again, you've donated a lot to the channel. What dimension did you want to know here? Measure it. Well, from the ground up. I guess that's the only measurement that I could really, that probably makes any sense. Boom. Jesus Christ. All right. From the ground up, it's like 57 inches, right? So that's just short of 5 feet. 5 feet would be 60 inches, right? So it's 4 feet, 9 inches, 9 inches. Is that right? 57 inches? Yeah, it feels about right. It is a tall fucking stem. It's out of control, actually. Like I don't want to start driving it like this. For some reason, like I like a tall stem. I like a high stem. It makes it much easier, but not that high. And I also feel like I don't know if this is designed to take like that much hard leverage. Like the higher up you go on the handle, the more like torque you're putting on like this part, and this part, primarily this part and this part. But anyhow, What Traffic? Anything for you, buddy? Sound is still okay. Nobody's bitching. Okay. Did I just burp on stream like it was nothing? Sorry. Mr. Hoodlum, my friend, my local friend, Jim, says, I'm sorry. I was watching your live stream where you're getting your dogs into the car. I was like, what the fuck? Then I looked outside and it evacuated my whole building. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, it's fucking nuts, right? Electric Rider says, I use the Randy's. Oh, you use Randy's. Use Randy's, those papers with the wire in it. Is that what you're talking about? That's interesting. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, Electric Rider. Yeah, set up a channel. I'd like to see your vehicle. You've been talking about it for a long time. Almost got 50 people, which is good for a horizontal stream. Can you please like the video, guys? Help me push it. Oh, what traffic says? I saw you last week. I have a 20-second. Oh, send it to me. I would give you my phone number. I don't want to give it out on the air. But my email, my email, yogadude9@gmail.com. It might just be easier for you to text it to me. So I'll give you my phone number. But I would love any video of me out there is fantastic because I have no video of me from that angle. Me and Mr. Hoodlum are going to work on that, though. Floyd Laza says the biggest problem with scoots is carrying. Can't someone develop a box storage incorporated in the seat? Is that including seat? You know what it is like it's a balancing act of a bunch of different things with these scooters. The goal is to make them like light, right? Because people look at most people look at these as items that you should be able to carry, and I get it because especially as the handlebar folds, it's almost like a suitcase. So there are scooters that are really light, even under 30 pounds that you can carry. But when you go lighter like this, you lose durability, you lose longevity of the scooter, and also when the lighter a scooter is, the smaller the battery is. The heaviest thing in the scooter is going to be your battery. So if you go too light, you have limited range. So you're balancing like range, durability, and also quality of ride. When it's smaller, it doesn't ride as good. I mean, there's a big difference between like a $2,000 and a $4,000 scooter, a $1,000 and a $2,000 scooter. If a 9-bot max or like a similar scooter is like a 9-bot max Emotion Climber is like $600 to $800. These are like $2,000. These are offers twice as much performance for sure, maybe even more. But there's a question here. But yeah, it's going to be impossible to like make, if you want something that you can carry actually, and that is your primary goal. Thanks for getting us above 50 people in the chat. I really appreciate it. This is gonna be a good episode, just numbers wise. But learn how to ride an electric unicycle. See I don't ride one, but the electric unicycle has what scooter people who want portability, fucking stoner. You can carry an EUC. You can ride it between your legs. You can get to your destination and carry that thing like a moderately heavy suitcase. You can even roll it with the stem. So the thing about the EUC, though, is then you're balancing, there's a much, much longer learning curve. You're not going to get an EUC out of the box and be riding it any near as competently as you will as your first day riding on a big stand-up scooter. You understand? That's why the rental scooter models exist, is you can be a beginner, never ever ridden one of these scooters, and just jump out there on the street and ride a rental scooter without any training, without any practice. I can't ride a skateboard. I've never tried to ride a skateboard. I still can't. I didn't want to put in the time to learn because I was worried about hurting myself. But hey, maybe I should like my own goddamn stream, right? Boom. I never do that. What the fuck? But anyhow, so if portability is really what you need, and that's your primary thing, you should learn how to ride an EUC. It'll probably take you 3 to 6 months before you can ride it as good as you can ride a scooter after a day or two. No exaggeration, but it's worth it if that's what you need. And people who ride EUCs, though, are a special type of fucking maniac. Like, I know riding these things is crazy, especially the bigger, faster ones. This one I got to 37 miles an hour the other day. It's pretty quick. But, the portability thing, it's just you're balancing all these different desires within a scooter to get like a light scooter or a fast scooter. But yeah, I think I answered that one pretty good. The Emove Cruiser says you can get a storage box for it. I had one for my 2022 Emove Cruiser. Interesting. Borgar and the Mermaid's Adventure. What is the price on the Emove Dual and what is the range? I'm going to get to that, but I'll tell you now in case I forget. They're $2,000, just like this out of the box. Range is, I've done all three. I've got 42 miles out of mode 1, almost 32 miles out of mode 2, and 29 miles at mode 3. And this is with me at 170 pounds, doing a lot of start and stop driving, which screws with your battery more than just regular straight line driving. But I've gone pretty good with the range. It's advertised as 50, And it's actually not even that far. I was surprised I was able to get almost 40, almost 42. How many miles did I get on this fucking thing? I definitely did a shift just in mode 1. It was fucking torture. It took 7 hours. I'm editing this video right now, actually, guys. This will be out tomorrow or soon, the way I've been doing things. Come on, where's my, okay, so I definitely did a long shift on this thing. Oh, okay. I'm 40.89, 41 miles. I mean, I posted this on the group. Make sure you join the group, by the way, Emove Roadrunner V2 Academy. But, so it's advertised as 50 miles range. So getting 41 is actually pretty good, because usually these range estimates, and they typically are, they're like half of what the real range is, because you're really going to drive it at a much faster speed for sure. But still, even at like high speed, I got 30 miles range on this. That's pretty freaking good. So pretty happy with it. And they're about $2,000. Vegan Cookies Good Review says a miser. Yeah, people don't use that word anymore. Yeah, the 60-volt electric rider is like $2,000, 60-volt, 30-amp-hour battery. Just saying that because they were shooting for a 40-amp-hour battery, but I'm sure they figured out it would drive the price up too high. Mr. Hoodlum, you didn't see my dog. He was on my lap for a while. OC Eats says, I used to work for an apartment complex, and there was a hoarder that passed away, and the family found $200,000 in his mattress that maybe he never knew or he forgot, but his stuff was from floor to ceiling. Yeah, that's like the dream, right? Like fucking just find money like that. Who knows? Yeah, does a miser forget that their money is there, or do they know that it's there and they're just storing it? You would think if you had money, you'd like maybe have it in a safe at least. But he was right. Nobody found it until he died. So, yeah, a miser, you normally think of like hoarding cash, right? It's an interesting thing. I mean, I don't really, I used to only, my girlfriend literally a year ago, I was telling her I was taking money out of my bank because I don't like leaving my cash in there. She's like, what are you worried about? I'm like, I don't know. I like to have my money in cash. I realized like if I had money, I'd be a miser, because a miser has like a lot of money stored up, but I didn't like to leave any money in the bank. I finally realized it doesn't make any fucking difference for a few $1,000s I keep in there. But yeah, my downstairs neighbors. Oh, you helped a guy and you used a huge steam cleaner to clean the walls and floors after we took out the carpet. Yeah, our hoarder's apartment must be disgusting. 40 degrees centigrade in Melbourne today, baking hot, Floyd Laza. Steam is great for bed bugs. Yeah, that's what they do. They steam the apartment, right? I was talking about that. That's Vegan Cookie says that is tall though. That's what she said. Yeah, pretty much. The upgrade in motion is going to be called a V9. Really, the InMotion scooter? I didn't know anything about that electric rider. I haven't seen shit about that yet. Oh, the vaporizer is the Rand. It's a vaporizer called Randy's. Yeah, Randy's, I remember, is like the paper with the wire in it. Remember those? Floyd Laza, thoughts on Weep Heads. My thoughts on Weep Heads are they're cool if you live in Korea, but I wouldn't buy them outside of Korea because you couldn't get parts for it. There's a reason why you don't see many of them on the road. They're not as bad as Ryon, which is no longer a viable brand in my opinion. But I still get like questions about Ryon and Weephead because their internet presence is just fantastic. So Weepheads, I consider them a custom scooter brand from Korea with no like American representatives here that you can buy from. If there are any, I'm not aware of them. And they're very cool looking scooters. But I often look at a scooter and I think, do you have a mechanic for this scooter? This type of scooter is going to require a genius mechanic to work on, because it's just going to have a whole bunch of set of components and parts that are not typical. Like it or not, a lot of the scooters here have a lot of similar parts, but that scooter has a million fucking screws, number one, and it just looks very unique. But I think if you're in Korea, it might be a good scooter to buy. I do know a little bit about that company, why they're popular in Korea, because in Korea there's a service where if you get drunk, you can hire a guy to come to you. This happens in other places other than Korea. It might even be offered here. And they'll come to you and they'll drive you and your car home. Then how does the person, first of all, get to you, and how does the person get home? They have these really, really high-end portable, foldable scooters, these Weepheads, for guys who, you're in this business. So let's say Joe Blow is too drunk to drive home, doesn't want to ruin his life with, killing somebody drunk driving. You call the service. This guy gets on his Weephead. Maybe I should offer this as a service. Maybe should I offer this as a business? Could this be the creation of a business? Why didn't I think of that? Guys, I'm desperate for a new stream of income. Desperate is a strong word, but should I offer this as a business? I don't really like driving, to be honest with you, but that would be pretty cool. I'd have to bring like the right scooter that could fit in any size car. Anyway, point being is, so the guy comes, picks you up in your car, drives you home in your car, and then you get home safe. You didn't drive drunk. But how does that guy get home? He goes into the trunk, pulls out his weep head. And for those who haven't seen like the weep head fold, that's what I'm talking about specifically. It's a pretty serious, like small foldable scooter. And they're probably pretty pricey for what you get, but I guess that's a whole business. Should that be my next business? I'm a guy who doesn't even own a car anymore, but I do know how to drive. I'm from Jersey. I drove my whole life. The problem with this business is I'd have to be up late at night, right? I'd have to be up late at night. Fuck that. I mean, it'd be a whole nother schedule, I guess. That could be a good business. I could probably run that business without insurance for a second, right? Well, maybe it'd be actually pretty easy to insure. I don't know. How would it work? You're driving somebody else's car. What type of insurance do I need? I just need to get my own insurance, right? Like a business form of insurance, I guess. But I'd have to be up like Friday and Saturday. Maybe I just do it 2 nights a week, Friday and Saturday night. I stay up late those nights. And if you're drunk, you're down at the whiskey on the street and you got to go home to Woodland Hills or some shit like that. God, it would be fucking a bitch. You know what it is nowadays? Everybody takes Ubers too. That's the thing too. Maybe they don't have this technology in Korea, but so much for that genius idea. People take Ubers nowadays when they want to get drunk, right? Although I'm sure this service probably exists here because not everybody is smart enough. Well, if you're not smart enough to take Uber, you're probably dumb enough to drive home drunk. So we talked that out. It was fun. Don't buy a weed pet unless you're in Korea. What's up, Cyberdecker? Shalom to you, my friend. That's about all the Hebrew that I know. It's pretty bad, I know. William C., how you doing? How are the shocks on the scooter in your opinion? I see other reviews and guys were saying the suspension bottoms out a lot. You got to be pretty heavy to bottom this out. But they're small shocks. And I'm going to talk more about the Cruiser after I answer all these questions because I guess what today I'm doing is bullshitting with you, answering questions. And then at the end, we'll do this deep dive into the Cruiser. Not intentionally. I'm not trying to make you watch for any longer. You can scroll through this if you watch it after it's live. But I think the suspension is good because what do I compare it to? My Dualtron Thunder and a commuter scooter. Isn't that fucked up? You take like my commuter, my InMotion out there, or my Dualtron Thunder. These are scooters with terrible suspension. Terrible just meaning extremely stiff. As far as like something bottoming out, you got to be pretty fucking heavy. Like you got to be over 220, I think. I mean, this scooter does not have a lot of play in the deck. Look out, monkey. Yeah, the scooter does not have a lot of play in the deck, you see? This actually, it's pretty stiff, which is better because you know what it is with these scooters? Dealers don't want to talk about scooters like this, but these scooters, they're better off coming to somewhat stiff, which is like the entire Dualtron model. Then they break in. Like they do break in because they're moving parts. And the issue with these types of suspension, one, it's easy to replace because it's just a couple of screws, a couple of Allen heads, but two, they will break. You know, the suspension, these types of like shock suspensions, they could go as soon as 1,000 miles. They'll last at least that long, I think, but they're pretty easy to replace. That's the thing. And they're pretty generic. You can find those anywhere. But I think the suspension on it's good because when I go out of my apartment, I make a right every single day when I work. There is a really, really bad potholes just in my neighborhood, right in front of Bob Barker's house. And I can kind of tell what's going on with my suspension right as I go over those shots. Actually, every time I go over those, I think to myself, well, I think my tires are good because, you know, if they're going to fucking explode, they're going to explode over those terrible fucking potholes. But suspension is good. I'll talk again. I'm going to get you guys deep in close on the V2. I do want to show it to you. See what's going on here. Oh my God, we've been going for 48 minutes already. What the fuck? Oh, I usually just like to do these for a solid hour. But this is comfortable, guys. Sitting like this, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to clean up the set. I'm going to make this the new set. I'm going to make it clean, make it cooler. I mean, I didn't even clean up. This is just my natural apartment, right? And being able to stream like this without that fucking microphone, it's way cool. This is way more relaxing. My mic is on, right? Yeah. This is way easier than sitting at the desk like a traditional streamer. Plus, come on, let's go. Come on, jump. You get to see the doggies. Yeah, this is Bishop. He's a good boy. Not named after the religious Bishop, named after the movie Aliens. Oh, that's true. Canadian Explorer says this, talking about the picking up drunk drivers is this way your car is home too. You don't have to fuck around with getting it the next day when you feel like shit. Good point. Good point. Booty bounce. What are you saying, Vegan Cookie Reviews? Electric Rider also says, ooh, that's pretty cool. You can upgrade the shocks. Ginger on Wheels did it on the Emove Cruiser. Not super expensive. That's pretty cool. I'm sure he sells that on his site. What is Ginger's PEVOutlet.com? PEVOutlet.com. That's Ginger on Wheels site. Go check this out. Give a little promotion for Ginger on Wheels, pevoutlet.com. I'm pretty sure that's his page. Vegan Cookie says wireless mic. Yeah, it's solid. Yeah, this is the mic that I've used for years, or ever since I've had sound on my GoPro. And for the DJI, there's actually a better system. But I didn't realize I could plug this in. Oh, there's Max. I didn't realize I could plug this into the computer. And just like, I like having my mic, but like this is just much easier. And you know, I have issues like with my neck and my back, and this just allows me to sit however I want to sit. This is a good setup. Now that we've done this once, I'm going to make this a nicer set, put some lights in, maybe put a monitor behind me. This could be the beginning of, I like the way this looks. This is a better set. Plus, we've had 50 people watching, which is a lot, but it is Sunday, so it's a good time to run it. Paul Tech, how you doing? I remember you, right? You have your own channel, right? You have a pretty serious channel, if I remember correctly. I want to go to your channel. Am I wrong? You're making content for sure. Yeah, Paul Tech. You made a lot of interesting videos. But what do you ask me? I'm sorry, I lost the fucking stream here. Are you seeing more electric scooter delivery drivers in Hollywood? No, I'm seeing less. It's been an interesting year, actually. We started the year, and it just seemed like, God, last year, 2024, seemed like there were so many more new drivers. I just knew people went into the new year. People like, I'm going to try this to make extra money, blah, blah, blah. They're all fucking gone. And I mean new drivers like in cars, on two-wheel vehicles. But like the electric scooter thing, that's just me. Rudy, the other guy who used to do it, is gone. Occasionally see a guy doing it. If you see a guy doing it on anything smaller than a $2,000 scooter, they're not going to last. I have a very good deal because of the channel. You know, I mean, the channel makes electric scooter delivery viable, but otherwise it's like, it's good to do as a hobby job. But it's not very many people doing like what I do. Like if I had to, I guess I could make a full living out of it. I wouldn't want to. Thank God for you guys in the channel, because it's just too physically hard on my body. So I need to be a personal trainer again. But anyhow, yeah, I like the way this set looks. This set looks pretty good. You got the Tiger. I'm glad somebody asked me about the Tiger. All right, so let's get deep into the Cruiser, because we're already getting deep into this. I'm bullshitting for almost an hour. So the Cruiser. This is my first scooter in 2019. It wasn't really Emove Cruiser. It was called a Speedway 4. It was from whatever company made the Speedway 4, but it was like the same frame, same stem, same everything. This is 6 years ago, 2019. And I liked it enough, but I wanted to get a better deal. And I was thinking about maybe I'll sell this scooter, the Speedway 4, which I'll now refer to as the first Emove Cruiser. So I got 4 clones made in China for $900 each. I rode them for deliveries, and they all broke like, you know, between 500 and 1,000 miles. But I didn't have a mechanic at the time to fix it. So I just kept, you know, I had a house full of parts. I recently sold them. Point being is, this was my very first scooter outside of an Irby GT Pro that I had for a second in 2019. And then like then I made a deal with Voromotors, or they made a deal with me. They adopted me basically. And the next cruiser that I got was the Emove Cruiser S, the Emove Cruiser with the sine wave. This is just like a year and a half ago, maybe, I don't know. And I still have all these scooters. And then I got, within a few months ago, an Emove Cruiser V2. And then just recently I get the Emove Cruiser V2, but this is the dual motor. Up until now, all the Cruisers, the Emove Cruisers, have been single motor. The original, the Emove Cruiser S, the Emove Cruiser V2. They're all single motor, but this is the Emove Cruiser V2 dual motor. Now you can upgrade. If you bought a V2 and you're disappointed because you would rather have the dual motor version, you can upgrade with a disclaimer, which somebody, I think Con Rides, mentioned in the comments recently, which I haven't even answered them back, but I remember this. So if you have the single motor V2, remember that's a 52 volt scooter, a little less torquey, a little slower than this scooter, which is a 60 volt scooter. But they have an upgrade kit for your V2, which gives you a motor, a controller, and actually a set of hydraulic batteries, what this comes with. So for $500, you can upgrade your V2 to dual motor. It's not going to be as fast, but having dual motors is a big advantage. I've done like 120, let me see how many miles I got in this thing. I've done 142 miles on this already. I got it last week. I got to charge it, actually. I just realized. I've already done, let's say, 150 miles on this, 140 we'll say, very quickly. I worked 4 or 5 shifts in a row on it. And It actually is my favorite of all the models. Having the dual motor is a big, big advantage. And it is the V2 upgrade. The V2 upgrade is, one, this is a completely brand new folding mechanism. This folding mechanism actually, it completely smokes the original. It's got this very intuitive, just press this button down, pull, and then it folds. And when you want to click it back, well, cool thing about this is, Melvin thought this was important. I guess to me it wasn't that big of a deal, but this is now locked into place. You can now do this. Okay, so that you can't do with every scooter, and it doesn't go side to side. It's locked into place this way and this way without a locking mechanism. But you just use your hand here when you want to bring it back. Let's put the switch up, and then you can pull it back into position. And this thing, boom, super, super tight. The next big upgrade on the Cruiser, this is on the V2, not just the dual motor, but the previous version, the V2. This neck, I have an old Emove Cruiser over there in the corner, but I got to get through like 5 scooters in order to make this like clean of an arrangement. I have to move a lot of shit. But the original Cruiser model has what I would consider like the worst design of a neck. This is the neck of the scooter. This is the stem. This is the neck. This is the deck. The worst design of a neck ever. But the V2 has a normal, really more typical normal, like a one-piece design. Seems as sturdy as can be. There's been no reports of these failing. These are super, super thick. Not like the Cabo Mantis King GT, which is sort of a competitor with, not really. Mantis is a little more expensive, has much less range. They're different types of scooters. But the V2 upgrade on the neck is just sick. I really am happy to see this because I worked on for years on my Cruisers. Those necks fall apart. You got to replace the long fastener, the screw in there, all the side screws, the little mini screw discs or whatever they are that don't even work. And these tires, by the way, are hybrid road off-road tires. Ever since I had my Wolf King GTR, may that brand rest in peace with Voromotors. Ever since I had my that scooter, it was my first time having these hybrid tires. And I really, really like these hybrid tires. They're like part road, part off-road, and they have some of the benefits of both. Like they don't make a lot of noise like standard off-road, but they're smooth like road. I love these fucking tires. I think they're more durable than regular road tires. Not as durable as off-road tires, but a big improvement. Other things, I'm not sure if the older models had like, they call this quad suspension. I feel like it's a little bit of an exaggeration of what it is. It's 2 springs in the front, 2 springs in the back. And again, these are very simple. You can upgrade this apparently. I'm going to check out Ginger on Wheels as a place for sure, but you can upgrade this part. And which I'm going to look into because it looks like it'd be very, very easy to do. And another thing that I like that this scooter has. Okay. Vegan Cookie says, I'm very happy with the V2 redesign. It is pretty sick. This is actually a very small part, but I think a well thought out and a very good part for me. So this is a kick plate, I guess it's called. And it gives you more length in the deck to put your feet on. But really most importantly is like you can like pick it up from here. Like you can really pick it up from here. And this is not just put on as an afterthought. This is not coming off. Like I lean on this fucking thing. And you guys know I put the box on the deck. I actually have almost like this much room from here to here when I put the box on front. So this is really turning out to be a great delivery scooter. Just God willing, please, I hope the stem fucking holds up. That's all I'm worried about, this fucking stem. You know, it's like I've broken a bunch of these and it's a little bit of a learning curve with these fucking scooters. So, but I really had a good time this week on this scooter. So I do recommend it. Bonus code $50 off Electric Scooter Academy. I don't even have to tell you guys. Most of you guys are regulars in the chat, but I'm going to put another week on. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have like 4 videos of this for the Cruiser V2 dual motor ready to come out or to edit and come out. Ew, what are you doing, buddy? And see how big the deck is? He's never stood on the scooter before. I've never put him on one before. Look at that. This guy pees everywhere, so he's barely housebroken. So maybe he shouldn't be on there. Get off. But I think this week I'm going to do Roadrunner Pro deliveries. I haven't made videos for those for a while, and I want to get back on my Roadrunners. So, but still, you're going to get a lot of content for this V2 coming out. Let me answer any questions. I'm going to bring the camera in, give you guys a closer look as well. Make sure I didn't miss anything here. What's up, Frontier 884? How you doing? You met a new driver today. He said he takes every delivery. I said, fuck that. You have to learn to cherry pick. Yeah, I mean, some of these new guys, they got to learn the hard way. What's up, Snoopy's RC? Always asking me about the giveaway. Don't worry, man. You're the first name in there. What's up, Saint? Top speed of the V2 all-wheel drive. I got it to 37. They have it advertised as 40. It probably can go 40, but you got to get a lot of lane to get like any scooter up to their true top speed. And I don't live like in the middle of fucking nowhere where there's places I can drive the fucking scooter, you know, unlimited top speed. I'm on like Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood Boulevard, but I did get 37 miles per hour in an upcoming video, which I think is fast enough. You should probably drive it at 30 miles per hour. The rear light I was just touching, is it still removable with 2 screws? This looks like 3. 1, 2, 3. It's funny you consider that a light. Electric Rider says the Cruiser has a decent sized deck. I don't know if it's the same size as the original Cruiser. It almost looks longer, but I think it's the same. You want to see a deck comparison? There's no way I'm moving all this shit. I'll make a video because I'm making tons of V2 content. And if I don't do it now, I'll set this up better next time. Now that I know like this setup here, I can easily move scooters in and out. I'm real excited about that. So let me grab the camera a little bit now. And I want to give you guys a close-up look at the scooter as I get ready to close out, because it's just about that time, right? Well, yeah, we're already over an hour. So this is going to be interesting because I got to do it like this. Okay, so the question is are these full hydraulic brakes? I think they are. I don't know why. I'm not sure, because somebody questioned me about them, and I thought, yeah, they're as full as they can get. So this is the. Let's do it like this. Okay, yeah. So, pretty much inexpensive, but I so far really like the brakes, and I'm very, very sensitive. I need good brakes. My hands are fucking weak, and they fucking hurt. If I'm using like mechanical brakes. Like I love my Roadrunner V3, but I'm upgrading the brakes on that thing right away. Now this is the deck. This is the kick plate that I'm talking about. I really like this kick plate. This is super affixed. The deck I think is sweet. I like the orange. I mean, it's growing on me. Somebody said it's Trump orange. I had to laugh my ass off. Let me show you the stem. Let me give you a good look at the stem. At least we can sort of be like a deep dive. Okay, the stem. Come over here. Okay. All right, so the stem. There's a button right here. Press the button down. Pulls back. Okay, easy enough. And then on its own, it's just ready to go. Boom. But as you, I'm just gonna get in here really close here. As you lower this, you'll see the click. See this piece right here? This part's clicked. Now it's locked into place. So to bring it back up, you push this up, and then you can bring. Come on, get in there. You gotta do it like this fucking thing. Push this up, and then you can bring it back into place. Boom. And that thing kicks in really nice. So this is what I was talking about with the suspension, whatever you want to call it. This is the kind of with the standard quad suspension. It's just 4 of these little ones. I like the tires. I like the tires a lot. Sorry about the camera. I haven't done this before. This is stupid. Fuck. All right, there we go. I like the tires. I like these off-road tires for sure. I think they're more durable. This is with 150 miles. They look basically brand new. But ultimately, I like the scooter. All right, guys, if you got questions, any more additional questions about the scooter or anything like that, feel free to drop them later in the comments. It's fun shooting like this. I'm going to improve the set and do it again. I appreciate your support. See you next time, kids. Appreciate it again. Let's go.